My name's Aaron Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the backside 180. Welcome to boot camp week number 6. Yes, that's right. You are mastering all of the basics of skateboarding, and you guys are doing great getting out there, getting shredded, and shredding on your skateboard. So in the last week, you learned the frontside 180, and in the week before that, you learned the ollie. I'm going to remind you to practice all of those and continue doing all of those tricks every single time you go out, and hopefully you're going out, pretty regularly, like every day. So if you're not, that's fine, but make sure every time you do go out, do all of those earlier tricks. And then today, yes, we are going to learn the backside 180. This trick, some people find it to be extremely difficult. I don't think it is, and I think that I can teach you this effectively enough so that you can learn this and improve your skateboarding skills and have no weaknesses. That's another part of the boot camp, because we're getting you ready for battle, because skateboarding is war and you're gonna take it down. Okay, so the foot position on the backside 180, very similar to the ollie, is your front foot is right there and your back foot is on that tail of the board, perched up there with the ball of your foot, ready to snap that tail into the ground with extreme popping force. So you got that foot position, you're there, you're chilling, and very similar to the frontside 180, which you learned last week in the earlier episode, last Tuesday, you're going to do a very similar thing. You're gonna pop it and drag your foot up, and then you're gonna turn your shoulders the other way. Now, I don't recall explaining the difference between frontside and backside in the earlier video, so I'll take that now. So the direction you're rolling, if you turn so your back is towards the direction you're rolling, we call that backside. And if you turn and the direction of your front of your body is toward the direction you're going, we call that frontside. Generally speaking, front side would be a little bit easier because you can see where you're going. And backside would be a little bit more difficult because you're blind. You cannot see the direction you're going and you could run into something backwards. So that's the backside and frontside explanation. So now you're going to do practice step number 1, pop, drag, and throw those head and shoulders. Remember, it's a very key important part that if your head and shoulders do not turn, your legs are not turning. This is exactly the same theory and exactly the same structure involved as the frontside 180, except for now, all we're doing is simply turning the other direction. Okay, so you got the pop, drag, and turn the head and shoulders. And just like the baseball bat, you gotta make sure you swing the baseball bat all the way through. You don't stop halfway. It's the same with the turn of the 180 and the head and shoulders. You turn it all the way and keep it rolling. Pop, drag, turn those head and shoulders, and then just really repeat that 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 20 minutes, 20 hours, 20 days, whatever it is. So that is practice step number 1, which is pretty much only the real practice step, unless we wanted to say, oh, practice step number 2 could be like doing a 90. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could like pop up an ollie, turn your head and shoulders, and just turn a little bit, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, until eventually you're getting it all the way around. If you are going to do that and you prefer that as a technique, you also should know that the majority of your weight is from the back foot coming forward and then transferring to your front foot, because your pivot point is here on that front truck. So really, you could even just pop up and then land on that front truck and spin it all the way around and do a 180. And a lot of beginners, I've said, oh, this is the easier way to do it. And they look at me like, Aaron, no. Maybe because you've been manualing for the last 38 years of your life. But for me, to pop up, land on the front truck, and pivot is much harder. I say, okay, fair enough. But at least you understand the physics involved. So your weight will transfer from your back leg where you're jumping, and then you're dragging up, turning your head and shoulders, and then if you don't quite make it all the way around and you land with the weight majority on your front foot, you can slide those wheels around. Just in explaining that, I realized, wow, there's a lot of steps to this. So we went from pushing, popcorn, to all the way through the backside 180, and there is a lot of steps. That's why, again, I'm gonna reiterate doing all of those earlier steps every single time you skate, and then just building on this one new step is gonna really, really, really help you. Okay, So the backside 180, you ready to do the full thing, the full enchilada? Pop it, drag your front foot up as you're turning your head and shoulders. And I like to think of this almost like an ollie, and then turn the board and do the 180. So pop it up, get that board into the air, your head and shoulders should already be turned, and then turn your legs as fast and swiftly as possible. Ollie, then turn. That's the way I like to think about it, but you can also think about it like turn your head and shoulders long before you pop, and then pop and just do the 180 as fast as possible, which is probably the easier way to do it. And we'll demonstrate both methods here. Swing the head and shoulders, pop it around, land. That's the backside 180. Once you get this trick, it feels really, really good because then you can be rolling, you can pop an ollie, you can pop the front side 180, you can turn around, do a backside 180. You have both directions. So one thing I want to point out is if you only learn the front side 180 and you're like, oh, backside 180 is too hard, I don't really want to learn that. Well, you instantly, just right there, you built a weakness into your skateboarding. And we're trying to master. When you think of the word master, it means you're a master, a grand master of those basics. You're really good. So you don't want to take any weakness, anything that on the skateboard might be a weakness for you. You want to practice that and work on it and just improve those abilities, especially in all of these basics. Because now that we're getting into the ollie, frontside 180, backside 180, I can start explaining that these are the basic core tricks, the basic fundamentals of all skateboard tricks. Because later, when you go into maybe backside 180 kick flip, or what would be called a frontside nose slide, you're just doing parts of these tricks and then putting them together with other tricks. That's why building this very core basic fundamental is so important, and I'm really stoked to have you guys following along with this bootcamp series. I've never really done a fully integrated YouTube series like this before on YouTube, where it just goes, here's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I hope now that you've made it to week 6, you're having an absolute blast. And if you're learning how to skateboard and it's changing your life, leave it in the comments below, share it with your friends, share it on your social media, and let's go. I know learning all of these tricks in 6 weeks is pretty fast, especially if you've picked up skateboarding for the very, very first time. If you're coming back to it, it might be a little easier. I would absolutely love to hear your experiences, and maybe if I'm moving too fast through the videos, leave it in the comments below. Any feedback will really, really help me, because then I'll take what you guys are experiencing and I'll change the system to improve it. That's the great thing about doing something like this, is you learn, I learn from you, and then I learn better how to help more people get started into skateboarding, which is the whole goal of Braille skateboarding. It is the whole reason why we skate these weird boards, why we soak a skateboard in glue or whatever kind of weird, wild video we do. That's to bring a new audience in, somebody that might not be interested, and then we say, hey, skateboarding is fun, you should learn. And then we get them onto a board and in a new tutorial series just like this. So you, yes, you can learn how to ride a skateboard, and it can change your life just like it has done for all of us. So I hope this video helped you. If you guys need any additional help, join Braille Army Plus. We're building a really great positive community on there, and you can get direct help from me. Jump on that Discord server. I will help you through each and every single one of these tricks. You can direct message me videos of your attempts, and I'll help you through it. That's the whole point of all of this, is to get you learning how to ride a skateboard. That's it for week 6 of the boot camp. We'll see you next Tuesday for week 7, where we tackle the pop shove it. So make sure when you're skating every single day, you're going through all of the tricks and just adding a new trick on top. Make sure you end every skateboard session on an improvement. You never want to go out and skate and then go, oh, I learned nothing today. No, if that's the case, go back to an earlier trick that you can do that trick 3 times, and then go, okay, great. I ended on a good land, I ended on an improvement, and that will help you skate the next day. That will help you want to be motivated to get out there and do it again. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn how to ride a skateboard. We got everything you need at brailleskateboarding.com.